go.
What's good, people? My name is Jesse and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing another reaction video because I am being super lazy and I need to get my ass through these goddamn books, man. Still reading, going through Catalyst right now, and I'm also working my way through Game of Thrones, the first book of Game of Thrones, the Song of Ice and Fire book compilation. I got that on audiobook. I'm working my way through that. This video is going to be a Cinema Sins video. I love Cinema Sins. Listen to the podcast every Monday. If you don't follow them or you're not subscribed to them, I'll put all of the links for all of their social media and their YouTube in the description below, as long as with the video as well. So let's jump right into it. It's a long video. It's everything wrong with Deadpool. Let's do it. All right. Shoot, baby. I fucking love that song.
Hey guys, if you're not going to consider any movie you make away from Disney a part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, you could at least spare us the 12-second comic book flippy logo for once. This credit plays a lot differently in hindsight after Tim Miller was either fired or encouraged to quit the sequel. Ryan Reynolds tries to claim the crown.
Tim Miller, man.
First belonged to me, Kevin James, Al Sharpton, Dax Shepard, Norm Macdonald, and at least one famous YouTube prank channel personality. Get in line, dude. Movie
miss me with those prank channels, man.
So how come Wade Wilson doesn't constantly get barraged by autograph hounds and paparazzi when he is so clearly Ryan Reynolds? It's amazing any movie can be released in 2016 and feature only one moody teen. Flat out incredible. This movie finally calls out the Stan Lee cameos and yet still features a gratuitous Stan Lee cameo. This is funny because it feels like Deadpool got one over on the studio execs, but the truth is the studio execs 100% definitely saw and signed off on this joke, which only makes their everyday ass hattery all the more infuriating since they know about it.
Right?
Once during this entire movie does Deadpool comment on or complain about the weird mask nipple that forms at the back of his head when he wears this thing. But I will. No.
Never understood the fucking mask nipple,
What
bro.
does Miss Mama June taste like?
Like two hobos f***ing in a shoe filled with piss.
How do two hobos that want to f*** each other even decide a shoe is the perfect setting? And how do they fit into a shoe? We've taken a weird hard turn into a discussion of hobo geometry and smellonomics. Is that an Adventure Time watch? Jesus. Pander to the nerds much?
Right.
Also, reference that will be outdated and downright lost to time within a few short years cliche. Okay, this is
That
disfigurement.
one's a little
for sure,
rough. That's
but
a little
it's not
rough.
like no one could ever love him level disfigurement. It's not like he's Eric Stoltz in Mask. The movie,
Right.
strange as it is to say out loud, doesn't go far enough in uglying up Wade Wilson. The director said, let's have your bad guy eat an apple. It'll make citizens think you're even more of an asshole.
The first time I saw that scene in theaters, I was like, man, I wish I was on Twitter right now typing this shit to Cinema Sins, because, like, if that's not a shout out to Cinema Sins, what is, dude?
I forgot my ammo bag.
Did you? Or did the movie make you forget?
Did
in order to
you?
conform to budget? Hey, don't hate the messenger. I love this movie, but this is only the first of a couple major action scenes affected by the film's budget.
Right? Don't hate the player, man. Hate the game.
I never carry a wallet while I'm working.
Stiffing a cabbie. Deadpool waits
Their
patiently for the
relationship
convoy of bad guys
is
to
super
show up.
fun. I like
How
that. I
do
mean,
you
they're
know
only
if
together a
take
couple
this
of
route,
times,
or
but I
which
think it's really
vehicles to
fun.
look for?
Whose balls did I have to fondle to get my very own movie? It does rhyme with Pulverine.
Yeah, but last I checked, Wolverine didn't have that much clout at Fox. He's a VP of production in name only.
He's got a nice pair of smooth criminals down under.
Making me mentally picture Hugh Jackman's presumably shaved testicles.
Oh, bad guys to kill.
Bad guys decide to go with the black SUVs, complete with bad guy motorcycles for easy bad guy identification. Deadpool leaves his Walkman and his cassette copy of Shoot, both of which must be hard to come by in 2016,
That's
on the
for
guardrail
sure.
above as he dives down for revenge. I could kill my own men, but who cares? I might get Deadpool too. I see the director learned a thing or two at the Michael Bay Zack Snyder Symposium for the construction of this scene.
Did I leave the stove on?
This is hilarious, but he's clearly moving.
I
at
never
full
liked
speed to
that
say this
line.
line, even though the entire everything around him is in slow motion. Also, Deadpool tells Hacky, "Did I leave the stove on?" joke in the middle of this action scene. And oh yeah, I almost forgot. This scene does not contain a lap dance. Not one of these trailing cars goes around this wrecked SUV and continues about their day, which
Oh,
every
classic,
American knows
dude.
at least one of these fuckers would do. Doo-dee-doo, not my problem. I didn't see a thing. Vroom.
Gridlock has kept police from the scene.
Movie suggests cops in this town don't have helicopters and take 20 minutes to get through basic gridlock, and movie is tripping balls. This movie will make a joke about this later, about how they couldn't afford any more X-Men to be at the mansion, but couldn't they have hired some extras to pretend like this mansion is full? Also, is Colossus always in metal form? I knew he had the power to do this, but he decides to be this way even when he's eating cereal? Okay, remember, gridlock is what's keeping police from arriving on this scene, even though there is nothing on the other side of the crashed SUV. There is literally all the room in the world over there for cops to be approaching the scene. Yeah, it's a one-way road, but even cops break that rule when shit is going down.
This guy's
come
got
on,
the right
yeah.
idea. He wore the brown pants.
How can Deadpool see which guy he's pointing at from behind this car?
I only have 12 bullets.
Because he's
so
mother
you're gonna have to
trucking
share.
Deadpool, man.
Let's count them down.
3, 2, stupid.
Worth it.
Deadpool hilariously
Worth,
wastes
bro.
2/3 of his remaining bullets. And okay, fine, it's funny. But then he lucks out more than almost any movie character in history by having the last 3 henchmen line up perfectly of their own accord, so Deadpool's single remaining bullet could still wipe out the opposition. He didn't know they were going to do that. And yeah, sure, he's an unkillable, rehealing bastard who would have found some other way to kill the henchmen. But that's not the point, damn it. The bullet wasting is the point. You can't act like that matters by counting it down for style points and then cheat in the end. This is cool.
3-piece,
but bullshit.
man.
Cool. How the ever-loving does this guy think Deadpool is behind the car right now? How did he miss the gunfight between the motorcycle guy and him? Here, our hero uses the 1990s gangster flick method of turning his gun to the side, which everyone knows is bullshit and makes it harder to hit your target. Also, oh look, a bullet can't penetrate 3 skulls in one shot, only 2.5, giving Deadpool another non-Francis person to have to take out.
2 and
You're probably
3/8.
thinking, my boyfriend said this was a superhero movie, but that guy in the red suit just turned that other guy into a f***ing kebab.
No, actually, I didn't bring my boyfriend to this feature pool. Your narration is narrow to the point that maybe only 1% of the entire audience actually even came close to thinking what you just said.
And who placed the call?
I did.
Love
How did
this
guy at his
scene.
apartment not see Wade anywhere while he was here? Did he just get home? If so, it's kind of lucky he didn't need to use the bathroom, huh?
Jeremy, is it? I'm not here for him. I'm here for you.
Movie named Stalker Pizza Shame character after me, and I'm equal parts honored and insulted. Also, ignoring the fact that Wade was able to figure out that Jeremy would be the one delivering this pizza, this is an insane way to confront it. I mean, why not find out where he lives, or track him down outside the pizza parlor? Instead, he orders a pizza at another guy's apartment, I guess for the comedic value?
I'm living to 102 and then dying, like the city of Detroit.
Huh?
Jesus,
what does
come
that
on,
mean?
man.
Did Detroit live for 102 years and then die? Or is this just a cheap Detroit joke?
I was
It's a cheap
molested.
Detroit joke. I mean, I'm not
Uncles,
mad at
we
it,
took
but
turns.
At some point, this movie got completely bass-ackwards on the definition of wrong comedy versus the definition of a couple steps too far. Hey,
Way
that's not
too
how you
far.
skee ball. And isn't there usually a window or something that prevents you from throwing the ball straight into a hole? I love what this movie is going for, and I actually totally buy the love between these two. But the amount of sex shown and the length of time it goes on, totally unrealistic to any real relationship I've ever known in real life. This is movie
Right,
love, where sex happens
Jesus.
every 6 hours.
every
It is an
every
illusion.
48
Only
minutes with these
15-year-olds
dudes.
believe
Oh
in
my
that.
god.
And who was this movie's target audience? Oh, wait. Deadpool takes out Francis like a bitch in the early scenes, but the big final climax thing will have you wondering why Francis is able to hold his own for a 10-minute fight with Deadpool. Colossus comes out of nowhere to stop Deadpool from bashing Ajax's face in. I don't know how he flew that plane anywhere near the highway or managed to walk down the street without making any noise until now, but it certainly gives Deadpool more time to flashback to tell his story.
We both know that cancer is a show.
I'm sorry, I don't get leaving your lover behind to try some experimental cancer treatment and spare her pain. I really don't.
Well, I
This
mean,
feels
he's
like
a
yet another
fucked up
movie where
character,
someone does
though.
something colossally selfish in some stupid attempt to protect someone they love from emotions, which is impossible, by the way.
Yakov, Smirnoff, opening for the spin doctors at the eye.
Yeah, but both their lives in this movie are supposed to be like really fucked up, you know. So maybe that they're emotionally withdrawn for the most part. So maybe he's trying to
Fair.
just stay away from it altogether,
Wow,
you
after
know.
the Limp Bizkit joke and the Wham joke, all Wade needs to reference now is Nickelback,
Wham!
and the easy pop culture punchline Wheel of Destiny can be completed. Also, why are you slamming the Iowa State Fair? That shit is off the hook.
understand you've recently been diagnosed with
It's a
terminal
lit
cancer.
AF, as
So
the
what we
kids say.
do as a secret evil business is to keep tabs on former soldiers who now rough up stalkers for a living. They make the best guinea pigs.
Liam Neeson nightmare. Drugged and kidnapped his daughter. He made 3 of those movies. At some point you have to wonder if he's just a bad parent.
Wade Wilson would be amazing at cinema sins. Wade packs up and leaves in the middle
Come
of the night
on,
like he's
man.
the goddamn Baltimore Colts. What I also don't get is how freely and cluelessly Wade gives up all his rights as a human being to a group that then tortures him for months and maybe accidentally also gives him powers. I mean, this is the ultimate I didn't read the terms of service example, right?
Right?
Wasn't talking to you. I was talking to them.
Movie misses the opportunity to show a group of schoolchildren just out of the camera's view so that Deadpool's fourth wall breaking could remain a little cheekier than this.
That would be hilarious.
Zip it, Sinead.
Hey, douchepool.
And I hope you're watching.
Ajax manages to escape completely in the short time it took for Negasonic Teenage Warhead and Deadpool to insult
Face
Sinead
is
O'Connor
so
and
funny.
douche. And the motorcycle Ajax crashed a minute ago
Too
still
good,
works when
man.
he was able to rev it.
Love
and
Ryan
Deadpool doing
Reynolds.
it. Man, it's taking the cops forever to show up to this scene, isn't it?
Let us go talk to the professor.
McAvoy or Stewart? These timelines are so confusing.
No, seriously, it's weird when Deadpool makes jokes like this. It sort of undermines almost anyone's motivation for doing what they do in this movie when the main character is acknowledging it's a movie. It's
Right.
also funny, so you can see the bind I'm in. Deadpool intentionally breaks all his hands and feet in fruitless attacks on Colossus, then saws off his hand to escape. My question is, what happens if he falls and splats on the street, instead of lucking out and falling into a moving garbage truck? Doesn't Colossus easily collect him and take him prisoner? During the entire time Wade cuts through his own arm, Colossus just sits there and watches it for some reason. Movie's torture sequences make Zero Dark 30 blush.
Yeah,
nice to drive
fucking
through
things are
that
tough to
laptop.
watch, man.
Where the was that tag so Wade, who is strapped to a hospital bed, could steal it so easily?
Well, so your pretty mouth shut.
Har har, reference to that other terrible movie where Ryan Reynolds played Deadpool until he stopped mid-movie in protest. Also, why wouldn't Ajax sew his mouth shut at this point? Is he worried about the fan backlash? For this scene, the director just asked Ryan Reynolds to recall how he felt after seeing the first cut of R.I.P.D. So the neck head restraints here didn't prevent this headbutt? What could he possibly have done to hurt her? Yeah, he's stronger now, but he's still restrained. She's also a mega mutant with unbelievable strength, so shouldn't this feel more like a love tap? Ah, and now we instantly learn this girl's always has a match in her mouth is just an excuse to let Wade escape this rescue Dawn prison.
Yeah.
And if she does literally always have a match in her mouth, how and why would she not notice its absence after a move like this? Shouldn't she be instantly saying, where's my fucking match? Did I drop it? I know I had a match in my mouth just now because I always do. And other like that. Thumb ignition. Well, looks like somebody saw Irreversible. And someone saw Eastern Promises as well. Remember, this is a fight between a guy with super sharp reflexes who can feel no pain, and a guy who can feel pain but heals no matter what. Meaning, if you think about it too much, this fight loses all meaning and impact. No way around this fact. Wade killed his buddy Cunningham. Francis, who experimented on this dude to make him magic, leaves him for dead in a warehouse fire, because Francis is the worst kind of stupid. Overconfidently Bond villain stupid. And after rising from the dead and finding himself still alive and Wade does not immediately go to his lady. Instead, he stalks her briefly, then goes to his wisecracking bartender friend.
You look like Freddy Krueger face the topographical map of Utah.
And you sound like the director just let you riff for a few minutes and somehow picked the worst riff of the bunch.
I put all my money on you, and now I just realize I'm never gonna win the
Deadpool.
Even though it's been said a couple times in this movie, this is the true roll credits moment.
Sell
Roll
some
credits.
water and lemon for blood. Or wear red. Dumbass.
She's blind though, right? She smelled the blood? The
Yeah, she's a
Regardless, how the hell
fucking
does she
shark,
know his
dude.
clothes aren't already red.
Shark in
Does
the
blood not
water,
stain
bro.
red shirts? Wait, was this guy on the ice when Deadpool shot or stabbed him at first?
You're gonna
Blood
get
trail
killed
starts
by
in
a
the middle of the ice. So
Zamboni.
did Deadpool bring this guy
Oh
onto
my
the rink,
God.
shoot him, and then go get the Zamboni? Or did he just find this guy already on the ice?
Still
of course,
worse.
since nobody's talking and Deadpool's killing everyone, I have no clue how he's finding new people in every scene, especially this guy.
Looks on everything.
Looks are everything.
Deadpool teaches millions of teenagers the wrong
Jesus.
lesson.
You
Yeah.
heard David Beckham speak? It's like he mouth sexed a can of helium.
How come every perceived human flaw in this movie is the bastard child of two incongruent things having sex with each other?
I've seen this.
That's how we do it,
Oh,
man.
no, you haven't. But that's kind of convenient, isn't it?
Have fun at your midnight showing of Blade 2.
Extremely self-aware movie misses the opportunity to reference Blade Trinity, which is the part of the series Ryan Reynolds was in.
Ryan Reynolds is badass in Blade Trinity, though.
Stan Lee
The
cameos
movie
finally
sucks
reached their
ass, though.
inevitable meta apex as he DJs a strip club, the perfect metaphor for these Marvel movies. All tease and then more tease and some seizures and never any fucking orgasms. Also, come on, Stan Lee didn't even create Deadpool. But I always forget that Marvel movies are contractually obligated to fanboy whenever possible.
Jesus, right?
asking for you.
Ajax managed to find exactly where Vanessa was working in the time it took Wade to go straight here. I guess it's because Angel visits
She's
the
so
strip
tall.
club so often she knows the bartender's face immediately by looking at a picture.
Hey, where'd she go?
Damn, dude, you were in that bathroom longer than the movie said you were. Thankfully for this narrative, she dropped this super identifiable change purse during her assault, so Wade can know for sure she's been abducted. Phew. Hilarious, and it leads to a great montage, but it's all pointless considering the script on the next page calls for you to forget all these guns before getting out of the taxi. So basically, hilarious waste of everyone's time.
It's a big house. It's funny that I only ever see two of you. It's almost like the studio couldn't afford another X-Men.
Strangely
God,
enough,
the
though,
whole
they could
audience
afford
laughed
another
so hard.
Independence Day.
Oh my
also,
God.
these two X-Men were literally
Please, no
trying
more
to arrest and
Independence
detain
Day.
Deadpool the last time we saw them. Now, because someone kidnapped his girl, so he says they're his instant allies. Taxi driver picks up Deadpool for a second fare, despite the fact that he got stiffed by him last time. Let's not even get
Yeah,
into
but
the
they're-
odds
but
of him
they're
getting the same
homies,
cab driver
man. They're
twice in a row.
friends.
Also, these two X-Men took the fucking X-Men plane to go capture Deadpool earlier, but here they just ride in a taxi with Deadpool like chumps.
Where's your duffel bag?
Yep, for a second time in this movie, Deadpool has forgotten his bag of guns. Only this time, he actually made you watch while he gathered and assembled said guns. So Deadpool is a grade A dickhole. Hilariously, Francis deploys a first line of defense against Deadpool based on bullets. We only ever saw this chick while Wade was strapped to a torture table. Now she's going haywire on Colossus, who broke Deadpool's bones just by taking a punch.
There you go. Hashtag it.
That tweet was super important. Her phone, however, is worthless, apparently. For the record, they don't really ever explain Negasonic's powers either.
Yeah,
this
but-
looks like actual flames coming off Negasonic.
Okay, wait, but she's awesome, so, you know,
Like here,
it's worth.
all this power does is inconvenience Angel for a couple of seconds. Seriously, she takes like 5 repeated kidney shots from an all-metal dude and feels nothing.
Yeah.
She's basically Superman in this movie. Female Superman with a match-in-my-mouth fetish. Even though the directive is simply to kill Deadpool, apparently he can wave a white flag and get Ajax's
Oh, that's,
henchmen to
turn
stop
away,
firing for some
child.
reason.
Turn away.
On the left.
Colossus's weakness is that he's too much of a gentleman, even when the woman he's fighting is pure evil. I mean, I guess they needed to do something to make this a fight. Nah, not really. She's
Yeah, but he's
been with him the entire
hilarious,
time,
though.
So why is an exposed breast the method she needs to get back into this? Honestly, how is an air-sucking gut punch even possible on a dude made of metal? The physics of this fight between these two leaves a lot to be desired. Negasonic
she
aim
definitely
is
hit
perfect
him in
enough
the
to knock
nuts,
all
though.
three of these assholes out of commission without
Although-
smashing Deadpool to bits.
Cinema Sins has been known to throw sins in that they know are wrong just to fuck with people, so
Because
that
Francis
could have been
loves
one of them.
parallels as much as Deadpool loves revenge, Deadpool's girlfriend is in the same air-sucking chamber Wade was tortured in. Let's forget that Francis probably needed an episode of Shipping Wars to even get this tank out here, but whatever.
You grow back body parts now, Wade.
How in the ever-loving did you hear that? Did Colossus call to tell you, or Al, Deadpool's roommate? I'm left to wonder why Deadpool takes several minutes of climax to defeat a villain he utterly schooled and pinned earlier in the film in about 30 seconds. Yes, I asked this earlier, but I'm asking it again because it's blatantly unaddressed by the film. Answers?
Fine. Fists.
Yeah, but why? You both know what kind of powers you have, so what is a fistfight gonna do? Like most Canadians, Ryan Reynolds just can't help but have Biebermania. This
God
probably
damn
should
it.
kill Vanessa, knowing the strength this guy has. Oh, there's Negasonic, apparently just now recovering from that blast that sent Deadpool up top several minutes ago, even though that was several minutes ago and she's done nothing since. How good-hearted is Colossus? He's saving even the chick he spent the last 10
Super
minutes fighting.
good-hearted.
What a guy! Stupid, but kind. Over 8 full seconds of black screen. Oh wow, that glass chamber was somehow 100% indestructible, and Deadpool somehow knew about it, and she's okay and even Deadpool is not above the last-second villain is still alive attack bull.
Me and you are headed to fix this butterface. Did you really think there was a cure?
Did you really
Gotta
think
side
he
with
was a
Francis
cool?
here. How stupid
I
does
hate the
Wade
way
have
that
to
guy
be to believe
talked.
anything told to him in a torture chamber?
Jesus.
So maybe that's why he brought the People magazine, but that's still in the bag he didn't bring, remember? Also, how did he even see through those eye holes and his mask during all the fighting?
It's a face I'd be happy to sit on.
Bonus points to the movie for simultaneously grossing me out and turning me on. I shall call it the vomit boner.
You're still here.
Jesus.
Hey, remember when Ferris Bueller's Day Off did this? So we're spoofing fourth wall jokes from 1980s movies now?
We'll wrap it up right there. I think there's a bonus round, but that's all good. This video's getting pretty long. All right. Well, tell me what you thought about Deadpool in the comments down below. I love Deadpool. I thought it was hilarious. Obviously, Cinema Sins loves it as well because I did watch their Sincast on they did a bonus episode for Deadpool, and yeah, they love it too. But you know Cinema Sins, man. They gotta tear it up every now and then. If you like the video, make sure you drop a like. If you want to see more reaction videos, let me know. You can expect another video up tomorrow, probably. Yeah, maybe late day tomorrow. So, also follow me on Twitter if you're not following me on Twitter. Links for the video and all Cinema Sin social media down below as well. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Later.